The Houston Texans have one of the most underrated group of guys, right? And that is at the wide receiver position. Because I think the Houston Texans have a Swiss Army knife of guys. They have the 4-3, the 4-4 guys who could run by you and take the top off of defenses. You know, we definitely have the big physical guys who could win the 50-50 ball, who use their body to win against the cornerbacks. You know, if given opportunity in the red zone, we have guys who could take over. And then we also have guys who, when given the ball in their hands, can make things happen, you know, could give us the yards after the catch. That's why I think this is one of the most underrated groups in the NFL. And, you know, you start with probably one of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL, and that is Brandon the Archer Cooks. Ever since he has become a Houston Texans, Brandon Cooks has been the #1 wide receiver. He's been the home run hitter. He has that 4-3 speed, that great route running, that secure, you know, doesn't drop anything, and then he is there every week. Brandon Cooks has been a home run get for the Houston Texans, one of the few bright spots of Bill O'Brien. We got him for a second-round pick. He had, you know, he's coming off 2 straight 1,000-yard seasons with the Houston Texans, looking to get his third. There's no reason why he shouldn't. He is the #1 guy right now for Davis Mills. There was a lot of questions in the offseason about Brandon Cooks. We knew teams like the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers wanted to trade for, you know, Brandon Cooks. Maybe the Houston Texans find their Brandon Cooks replacement in the draft. That's what we're talking about, players like Jameson Williams, but that didn't happen. The Houston Texans extended Brandon Cooks. He's here for the next 3 years. You know, he's still only 28 years old. He is in his prime. Brandon Cooks has just been a damn good wide receiver everywhere he's been. 1,000 yards with the Pats, 1,000 yards with the Saints, 1,000 yards with the Rams, and 1,000 yards with the Houston Texans. One of the most underrated guys in the NFL. Davis Mills is #1 guy. Brandon Cooks, it starts with him. You love also his veteran aspect. He is a leader on this team. And when you talk about the wide receiver on the opposite side of him, and 6'4" guy, Nico Collins, this is one of the guys who uses his physical, his toughness to win at the line of scrimmage. But not only that, Nico Collins has 4.4 speed, guys. He is 6'4". He is going to win the 50-50 balls. He had 400 yards in his rookie season, but I think he was severely underused by Tim Kelly and this Houston Texans offense staff. They didn't, you know, test, you know, the defense deep on Nico Collins. He wasn't a threat in the red zone. At 6'4", you should be having jump balls thrown to you. But for some reason, the Houston Texans didn't. He only had 1 touchdown on the season, and that came from a 10-yard slant. Nico Collins needs to be heavily involved in year 2. This is where I think he's going to get that 600 to 700 yard production. I am expecting a lot of growth from wide receiver Nico Collins. He did come on towards the end of the season as he got a bit more playing time, as the Houston Texans coaching staff trusted him more. I am excited for year 2 for Nico Collins. And then #3, you know, you add someone like John Mechie from Alabama, and this is your, you know, your guy who makes people miss, who you want the ball in his hands. 1,000 yards after the catch at Alabama. It is definitely hard to do, and this is a need, or this was a need for the Houston Texans, and a big need, right? We needed a slot wide receiver, someone who could find the holes in defenses, and when given the ball in his hands is gonna make people miss. He is gonna run over you, he's gonna juke you, he's gonna try to stiff arm you. Everything about John Mechie is just highlights, it is just plays. I am excited to see what this young guy is going to do, you know, for this offense, what he's going to do for Davis Mills. And then we haven't even talked about the other veterans, right? Chris Conley, who had a strong first year with the Houston Texans, definitely, you know, was Davis Mills' deep target on, you know, besides Brandon Cooks. You know, had a long one against the Pats, had a long one against the Rams, and then the Jaguars. So Chris Conley definitely made some plays for the Houston Texans. We brought him back. Excited to see what he does in year 2. You also talk about Philip Dorsett, who flashed in a couple games for the Houston Texans, flashing where he made big plays for this offense, for Davis Mills. He's going to be competing for that slot spot once again. But however, we have competitiveness, and we have a lot of players who could do different things in this wide receiver group. Let me know what you guys feel. Is this group underrated? Am I drinking the Kool-Aid? As always, go Houston Texans. You guys have a very blessed day.